And
We are
I know you know a few things about the ultimate nurturing gizmo.
Yeah. Well, really, what we're looking at is systems. I mean, we talked about strategy versus tactics, where basically strategy is long-term behavior, tactics is short-term implementation in a nutshell. And if people, as they often do, what's the best way to follow up? Well, it's a bit of a strange question because you cannot possibly know the best way until you've tried them all. And that includes posting shit through the letterbox, if you want to be completely honest about this. Otherwise, you just assume. But the best way I've found is obviously consistent, regular and often. And by regular and often, I mean something as frequent as you can possibly manage. And really, that lends itself perfectly to a daily email. There's no reason in Christendom for anyone not to be sending a daily email to their list. There's not. It can take you as little as 10 minutes to write. Sometimes it can take you longer if you have a lot to say. But if you write things the way I've been teaching people to write these emails for more than 10 years now, you never run out of things to say. Because it's not all about the thing. You wouldn't be like a bricklayer sending a daily email about bricks every day. And I've written about all things. I've written about abortion. I've written about the changes to the constitution in the UK. I've written emails on virtually in the last 12, 13, 15 years. I've written emails on virtually every topic you can possibly imagine. And none of them, well, very few of them are actually about what I do as a business. There's always a tie-in, and that comes with practice. So daily email. And if you can't do it every day, you should be doing it at least 4 days a week. Yeah. So the day these people, your clients wake up, or your prospective clients wake up and say, oh, today's the day we've booked the extension to be built or the new bathroom, you're the person they think of. That's why we do it. Yeah, there's a mistaken belief that because people are not responding to what you're doing, they're not interested. That's rarely the case. They probably are, but just not yet. It's a case of no, but not no forever. Just no right now. And then, especially at the moment, for reasons I'll come to, direct mail. Direct mail is vastly underused. And again, people say, oh, it doesn't work anymore. Well, that's just bullshit. If it didn't work, then people wouldn't send letters anymore, and they do. But they don't use it for marketing as much anymore because of this mistaken belief that it doesn't work. And also the allure, the allure of the cheapness of going online. You can put a Facebook campaign together and it costs you no money at all until you actually run it. Pay-per-click, you don't pay anything until someone responds to an ad. Compare that to direct mail, where if you're, say, sending a letter out, you have to design it, you have to get it printed and then delivered. You've got an outlay. What was the last one we did? 3K for a mail shop?
It was about that, yeah.
About $3,000. You've got to pay all that up front. Yeah, but yeah, it was about think about it, 3.5. You've got to pay $3,500, say, like we did, without knowing if you're going to get any response whatsoever. And we actually didn't. I think if you remember, we didn't get anything from that. So that
I thought we got one.
Yes, we did, because it paid for itself, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it paid.
All right, so we got one then, but we certainly weren't in profit on it, and possibly made a small loss if you consider the time it took me to put it together. But the point being, direct mail and again, print advertising, it's speculative because you just don't know what the response is going to be. That's enough to put people off. But the very things that make it cheap, that make it expensive and speculative, also make it attractive, because if you are prepared to send letters and you don't have to start at 3.5K, because we sent out a full color 40-page sales letter in an envelope, it was a big deal. If you just send out 1 page of A4 or something, it's a lot less than that. Yeah. And if you're sending it with say a monthly newsletter, that is something your competitors are not doing. How many painters and decorators, brickies, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, bathroom people, kitchen people, bedroom people, how many of those do you know are sending out a paper newsletter? I bet there's not one.
Or even just a fucking quarterly postcard.
Yeah, just something. Now, again, they won't do it, but the thing is, right now, postal rates are fairly low. There's almost no competition in your mailbox because no one's doing it. When was the last time you received a sales letter through the post?
8 months ago.
Who was that?
Wonky-eyed wanker.
Right. I haven't received a sales letter since I got stuff from Dan Kennedy in 2017. I don't think I've had any since then, because Dan's been ill, as you know.
Yeah, he has.
I've received nothing from anyone. Nothing. And bearing in mind, we have locally, we've bought a 50 grand Land Rover, 15K shed. Well, shed is an office with everything that goes in it. €1,000 desk, €1,500 fucking throne over there, several €100 on bookcases. What else? That's just in this room, you know. And then in the house we've got sofas, TV. Not one. My bikes, about €1,000 each. I've got 3 of them. Have I received any email even from the bike shop? No, nothing. And I am an ideal customer. I walk in, I've got money, I'm the right age. I'm their ideal client.
Mm-hmm.
I've got money and it's just fucking fun for me. It's pocket money. Would sell like a new bike, yes. Would sell like some biking shoes, gloves, a safety hat possibly, high-vis vest, cycling shorts, waterproofs. I'll have it all.
Mm.
But they don't even bother. I don't ask. I end up buying it online. Where it is cheaper, yeah, but I don't buy it because it's cheap. I buy it because it's convenient.
Mm.
They don't send me any direct mail either. Nobody does. And it's almost criminal.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is with COVID, with people being stuck at home, and this probably represents a 3 or 4 month window now before it starts getting. It can still be great, but this is the prime time. Right now, people stuck at home. For some people, the postman arriving is a highlight of their day, because otherwise they've got fucking kids yammering in the background, TV on all day, the internet. They are fucking stifled and they're bored. If they get something that looks interesting through the post, in the words of Gary Ben-Savenga, something that looked too good to throw away, they're going to spend time on it. And if you've done your work properly, then you've got a captive audience, an audience of one. No distractions. They're not on like I've got a 27-inch monitor now. I've got tabs at home. I've turned most of the things off. So even on my desktop, I don't get many notifications. But I could get 1 or 2, even as we're speaking. But you've got none of that. You know, nothing to distract them. But people just don't do it because it's expensive.